Kavim Public Transportation Limited was founded in 2000 in order to maintain public transport. Today it is the largest private transporter in Israel with a significant share in largest Israeli bus factory, Kavim. It has also a leading role in introducing new methods of management, newest technologies like automatic ticket system, satellite-navigated computerized vehicle guidance. It has about 300 comfort Volvo buses built in Caesaria's Kavim plants. Last few years, Israeli-based Kavim company has increased investments in Serbia through auctions, in which it has bought some prosperous Serbian transport companies like Autoprevoz Čačak, Sandžak Trans Novi Pazar, Jedinstvo Vranje, and Jugoprevoz Raška. Kavim services are based on providing personal touch, attention and maximum dedication of employees to its customers. Company's goals are constant traffic safety improvement and reduction of number of accidents to minimum level through service enhancements and adjusting to customers' needs. Participating in auctions and business expansion, constant employees training and public transport quality improving, as well as environmental protection above average. Kavim Public Transportation Limited became owner of Jedinstvo Vranje. Kavim Jedinstvo Vranje has grown into one of the Serbian transport leaders, having 330 employees and 130 buses and around 650 drives a day, both local and international. It has offices in Bujanovac, Preševo, Vladičin Han and Surdulica. Beyond transport, it also provides tourist services and printing. Kavim Jedinstvo has tourist agencies in Belgrade, Požarevac and Vranje. Transport in Vranje begins after Second World War. In the mid-60s, Jedinstvo Vranje integrates with Niš Express company. Few years later, it redeveloped its business, cutting merchandise transport and focusing on public transport. Modernization, expansion of fleet and investments enhanced its dynamic development during 70s. Next 10 years, its results were higher 10 times, making it one of the leaders of public transport in Serbia. It was privatized during March 2005, when 70% of public share was bought by Workers' Consortium. During 2008, it was solely bought by Kavim Public Transportation Limited, Israel. Kavim Public Transportation Limited has bought in November 2007 another public transport company on privatization auction, Sandžak Trans Novi Pazar. It is public transport leader in Novi Pazar, Sjenica and Tutin. It has 120 employees and 28 buses, with plans of further development. It does all kinds of transport in this part of Europe, ex-Yugoslavia transport and local transport in Novi Pazar, Sjenica and Tutin. It transports workers, students and medical staff, offline transport, home and abroad, and renting buses to other companies. It was founded in 1945. 10 years later was integrated with Autoprevoz Čačak and a few years later begins buying of new vehicles and building of bus stations, finished in 1970. Its development was based on its workers, especially drivers, who greatly contributed maintaining role of public transport leader in Sanjak with its professional work and treating the customers. Sanjak Trans was a public company, and after privatization its major owner is Kavim Public Transportation Limited, having 82.29% of shares. Jugoprevoz Raška Public Transport Company has been transformed into Kavim Raška after privatization in March 2009 by selling its 70% of public share to transport company Kavim Jedinstvo Vranje, solely owned by Kavim Public Transportation Limited. It operates mainly in public transport, tourism and services of vehicles. Kavim Raška is the largest public transport company in Raška, having 138 employees and 30 buses. It does public transport in whole Serbia, local transport and offline transport abroad, both for itself and other tourist agencies, as well as transport of students and workers. It dates since 1947 with founding of Studenica Shipping. It developed constantly during 50s and 60s when it was integrated with Autoprevoz Čačak, which has lasted until 80s when it became Autoprevoz Raška again. Developing was both technological and economic from mere shipping to modern transport company with high-tech buses. As all companies in Serbia, Autoprevoz Čačak has become stock company during April 2007, major owned by Kavim Public Transportation Limited from Israel through auction privatization after a period of transformations out of public company. Autoprevoz branches are transport, tourism and services. It is one of the largest public transport companies in domestic Serbian market with 376 employees and 102 buses. It transports passengers in Serbia and local routes in city of Čačak and also in towns of Lučani and Aranđelovac. This company also does offline transport in country and abroad by modern and comfort buses widely purchased in last few years, as well as renting buses to other agencies. Autoprevoz also transport workers and students. In order to fulfill increased customer demands and cope with competition, they understand that its fleet must constantly be improved with the highest quality vehicles. Average age of vehicles has been significantly reduced by purchasing new buses made under EU strict rules. New vehicles are air-conditioned, have Eurodiesel engines and are adapted to disabled person needs. Autoprevoz Čačak dates from 1949. It has developed in public transport services, trade and tourism during post-war years. It reached its highest in the 70s by a new successful period of economic development. This period statistics show that every Yugoslav citizen at that time has drove at least 3 times in Autoprevoz buses. In hardship of the 90s, during dissolution of former Yugoslavia, wars, economic crises and sanctions, Autoprevoz maintained successful transportation. Today it is a stock company with Kavim Public Transportation Israel as major owner, with 85.70% shares. Kavim has invested about 13 million euros for buying Serbian companies, fulfilling acquired investments according to privatization contracts, renewing companies through inducting information system, electronic ticket sales and GPS tracking of vehicles. It bought 15 new buses until now, and it employs about 1,000 workers. Its goal is leader position in Serbian market with over 1,000 buses. Kavim intends to continue participation in privatization auctions of several significant Serbian transport companies. Company vision includes social responsibility, engagement and contribution to the community. Over the years, Kavim has developed numerous of non-profit community projects, as well as significant financial contributions. It participated in a number of humanitarian actions by financially aiding its organizers, supporting humanitarian clubs in Čačak and Vranje, and through direct sponsorship. Basic idea that is implemented in Kavim's business is: safety is our greatest concern.